Then they're all out there and kissing and stuff like they was not in bed screwing with Kendall all night. Get out of my face.
Alright, buckle up, because Kanye West just cracked the door open and kicked the whole internet into chaos. Because according to Kanye, LewisHamilton is not just Kim Kardashian's new boo. He's allegedly tied to something way messier, an alleged threesome involving Kim and Kendall Jenner. And no, Kanye says this is not just some random rumor. He's claiming this goes way back and that he finally feels vindicated. But what makes this explosive is the timing. Kim and Lewis go public at Super Bowl appearances, and whispers are everywhere. And suddenly Kanye starts moving quietly, but lethally. No public meltdown, no tweets. Just a bombshell dropped straight into Kardashian history. But here's the part that nobody's ready for. Kanye says this is not the first time Lewis crossed that line. Not even close. So, we're gonna break down what Kanye is claiming, and why insiders say he's been simmering for years, and why this chaos might be bigger than Kim, Kendall, or Lewis wants anyone to believe. Okay, so it looks like Kanye's back to spilling tea on the Kardashians, and him exposing the alleged threesome between Lewis, Kendall, and Kim just might be the wildest thing that he's ever done. It just might be the time he told us that Kim suffers from diarrhea more than the average person. Now, Kim has been dating Lewis for a minute now, and we knew that Kanye was going to be hot about it. Even though he has an entire wife and has been married for about 4 years now, he's still very salty over Kim moving on. We have expected him to crash out online and give Lewis the Ski Davidson treatment. Instead of crashing out, he's been quite calm on social media. But just because he's not crashing out in public doesn't mean that he's not acting out behind the scenes. Even before the leaked tea about the threesome, he had been making some insanely shady moves behind the scenes because sources claimed that he had been super bitter about the relationship. One insider spilled the tea and said Kanye is bitter as hell about it. He's calling Lewis a slimy, two-faced rat. Kanye's trying to bite his lip about Kim and Lewis, but behind closed doors he's raging. He's hoping it all ends in tears for both Lewis and Kim. But to make things worse for this relationship, it seems to have confirmed Kanye's long-standing suspicions that Lewis has always had the odds for Kim, even when she was with Kanye. Turns out that Lewis once confronted Lewis about secretly putting the moves on Kim back in the day, but Lewis denied it and made Kanye look dumb. But now Kanye feels vindicated. So, it seems like he sees some double betrayal because Lewis gassed him all those years ago, and now he's trying to get his lick back. According to an insider, Kanye eventually figured out that Kim and Lewis had been dating for a while, before we even found out about the relationship. But them going to a fish like the Super Bowl was the last straw for him. And now he just revealed that someone in Kim's camp confirmed to him that they allegedly walked in on Kim, Kendall, and Lewis together in a very compromising situation, if you catch my drift. Now, we don't know how long Kim and Lewis have been dating, but according to sources, Kim kinda believes that he has allegedly been having threesomes with sisters for that long. And before y'all start saying that Kanye is just being messy, a blind Adam kind of confirmed it, saying it wasn't that many years ago that the foreign-born athlete did the beard thing with the sibling of the one he is doing it with now. Which is crazy to me that the family would much rather have this story be about the fact that once again, random guys are running trains through multiple family members than just admit that they are showmances. Running trains on two sisters is nasty business. But it shouldn't be so surprising because he dated Kendall before Kim. And if there's anything we know about the Kardashians, it's that they love to recycle a man. The relationship had people feeling away at the time because Kendall was only 19 when Lewis was 30 at the time. But given Kylie's relationship with Tyga when she was only 15 or 16, then you know the Kardashians aren't really bothered about age gaps. But anyways, at the time Lewis defended the age gap, claiming that Kendall was mature for her age. He said she's doing incredible. She's very focused, very level-headed, and for such a young woman, she's very grown up. But he was also dragged for this comment because people thought it came across as him grooming her. But it turns out that her mom, Kris Jenner, was allegedly in the background pushing her to date him. According to multiple sources, Kendall wasn't even into Lewis, but Kris pretty much forced her to date him. One source said Lewis clearly fancied Kendall, but she seemed more interested in hanging out with her friends. But Kris was also at the party and was all over Lewis. She practically pushed Kendall into his arms. She gave Lewis Kendall's number, and told him to call her and ask her on a date. Kendall was mortified. Everyone saw her mouthing, "Mom, stop!" at Chris, but it didn't put Lewis off. He was in contact with Kendall all the time after that. But get this, Chris was so excited at the thought of it that she couldn't even hide her excitement. An insider said, "I think Lewis is worried he isn't cool enough for Kendall, and she's concerned his career may overshadow her modeling." But Kris Jenner is over the moon. She thinks Lewis is the kind of man Kendall needs. She's practically jumping up and down. Now, you'd think that with Kris excited for Kendall to get with Lewis, she would feel a type of way about Kim hooking up with the same man, right? But no. From what Kanye and the blind items are saying, not only is she aware, but she's allegedly endorsing it. But then again, we shouldn't be surprised because the Kardashians are known for recycling a man. Kim, in particular, has been in with her sister's exes a couple of times in the past, like the time she dated Odell Beckham Jr. not long after he and Khloe broke up. But that relationship didn't last very long and soon fizzled out. But insiders did claim that Odell and Khloe spent a lot of time around their family, so he got to know the Kardashians quite well. So, it's just kind of weird that Kim would then choose to pursue a relationship with him, knowing the history of her family. But anyways, Dumb posted a blind item saying Kim and Obi were kicking it up in the Turks. And then they added the caption correctly. They also posted a question from a follower who asked how real the Kim and OBJ rumor is because his baby mama was on the field yesterday repping him. And Domoe then replied, "They have spent time alone together. What they do during the time, I have no idea. Maybe it's friendly. But from the footage that we saw of the two, well, let's just say that it's definitely not friendly." And let's not even get started on the rumors about how Justin Bieber allegedly smashed almost all the sisters, including their mom. I know you remember that weird "Who's Your Daddy?" post he made about Kris. Then we have Dre, who again has been with pretty much all the sisters. He has had an on-again, off-again situationship with Kylie for the longest time and got to a point where they stopped trying to hide the situationship. He also had a little something going on with Kim, and Kanye even confirmed it at some point. Well, speaking of Kanye, he also claimed that Kim allegedly hooked up with Drake. And not just that, but they allegedly had a threesome with Corey Gamble.
Of clothing. Drake is the greatest rapper ever.
And you said,
and I don't apologize about it.
You said in war he'll fuck your baby's mother's mother?
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's like
we was confused.
You know what it means. So,
God damn it.
And I put like Corey know what it means.
Corey, oh my God.
So,
Let me get another one.
Yeah, this is to be believed. The Kardashians certainly seem to prefer to keep it in the family. So, like I said, it's really not a surprise that Lewis would be out here allegedly doing grown-up stuff with Kim and Kendall at the same time. But the interesting thing here is that Kim isn't exactly denying it. Instead, sources are saying that she's upset about how Kanye is handling the situation and trying to spill her tea because she tried to be considerate of Kanye's feelings before going public with Lewis. But unfortunately, she doesn't think he's giving her the same respect. A source said they are concerned about what Kanye would think about this since he was friends with Lewis in the past. She doesn't want to make this look like she is poking the bear. Both she and Hamilton know that this would trigger Kanye in so many ways, which is partly why they're keeping things casual. The insider went on to add that the pair are using kid gloves with this hookup and currently not making it more than just fun, describing their romance as a friends with benefits situation. Lewis and Kim are not dating exclusively. He's not looking to settle down with anyone, including Kim. The source explained, with the second source echoing, Lewis isn't looking to be a stepdad. He isn't looking to be the couple with Kim. But them keeping it casual probably explains why the threesome is no biggie to them. But given that Travis Barker married Kourtney after allegedly hooking up with Kim and the rumors of Khloe and Scott Dick hooking up too, then you never really know with this family. And that's where this whole thing gets uncomfortable, because Kanye isn't just mad that Kim moved on. He's mad because, in his mind, this confirms years of suspicion and quiet tension, and a so-called friend who he believes played in his face the entire time. And add Kendall to the mix. Throw in the old blind items, the recycled man, and Chris allegedly knowing everything. And suddenly, this stops looking like a random rumor and starts looking like a pattern the family has been dodging for years. Kim isn't denying it. She's just mad that Kanye is saying it out loud. And Lewis is keeping things very casual. And Kanye, well, he looks like someone who's finally feeling vindicated and has nothing left to protect. So, the real question isn't whether this story is messy. It's how much more of it is still buried and how long it takes before somebody else cracks and confirms what Kanye just put on blast. Because if this is only what's being leaked, imagine what's still locked behind closed doors.